Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Sons of Sequoia podcast. It is April 19th, 2021.
Episode number 58. It's a beautiful Monday morning, and we're going to start in a really fun, exciting.
Sorry about that.
We'll start in a fun, exciting Monday morning. Start the week, right, David?
Because what did we do this weekend?
We played miniature golf.
I know, it's one of the pandemic-friendly activities, outdoor miniature golf. And we finally got around to doing it. And you know what?
Yeah.
It was pretty darn fun.
Yep. Sometimes it's called, as it says here, putt-putt golf or crazy golf or miniature golf, but it was fun.
Mm-hmm. I lost.
I won.
I was doing good, but they gave me a messed up putter, and that's the only reason I lost. I would have won if my putter weren't broken. It was warped.
Of course.
So today we're going to take a look at an article from, let me get the attribution, lonelyplanet.com. I've done minimal research. I just Googled it, and then this was near the top, so I chose this one. We're going to be looking at their 9 craziest mini golf courses article. And if we see mini golf courses that we like and we don't feel like they've covered it enough, we may Google those specifically and take a look at them. Sound good?
Sounds good. Was the author of this Emily Frost?
Emily Frost.
From the Lonely Planet writer.
So I just had my first cup of coffee. It was scalding hot because I made coffee this morning. I go to get my first cup. It's just water. I forgot to put in the coffee. And I didn't have coffee. And I don't like to denigrate Colorado companies. But I ate a Bobo's Oat Bar. It was very dry. Do you ever get that?
Oh, yeah, they're dry, but they're very good.
Mm-hmm.
They're good, but they are dry. You need something to drink with them.
Yeah.
But they're filling, they're healthy, they're good. It's a Boulder company.
Yep.
And I like the Bobo's Oat Bars. But yeah, but they are dry from sometimes.
Speaking of Boulder companies, I'm wearing my Sleepy Time shirt.
Hey, Sleepy Time. Sleepy Time tea. Yep. That's also, no, that's not in
That
Boulder.
is a
That's
Boulder company. Yeah, it's in Boulder.
Yes,
That's just
Northern Boulder.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's funny because I drink a lot of Sleepy Time tea. I drink a lot of Celestial Seasonings tea, which is the company that makes Sleepy Time. And on the side of the box, every box, it's like, I'm the brewmaster, Charlie Baden, and I brewed the blend master, and I blended these teas for your enjoyment. And I think to myself, I drink Sleepy Time, which is their marquee product.
Uh-huh.
And I wonder, like, if I ever met Charlie Baden and I asked him about Sleepy Time, would it be like asking Billy Joel about the Piano Man? Like, would he say, like, I've made so many blends since then. Why are you only focused on my most famous blend from, my greatest hit?
Yeah, years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I've done so much since then. Yeah, Celestial Seasonings have a really good tea. They're a
do.
local company. The peppermint is great. I drink their ginger. It's just all really good.
Yeah, they're not really a tea company. They're a herbal tea company, I would say. I think their best teas are not even teas.
Right. They go, yeah, that's right.
So enough talk about Celestial Seasoning. Should we get into the crazy mini golf courses?
Yeah, we played mini golf this weekend, and me and David and Laura, she played with us, and I think I was losing up to the very end. I just got lucky at the end. But it was so much fun, and a lot of people were there. They were outside. It was an outdoor course. We social distance. We had our masks on. It was safe. It was fun. Everybody was polite. It's just a nice, relaxing way to spend an afternoon with people, and it was a good time to do it, and it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
So but this article, it has looks like some really nice miniature golf courses, but also some wacky ones, some crazy ones too.
Well, we went to a nice one. It's called Adventure Golf in Highland Hills. That's one of the nicer ones. I think probably the nicest one in the Denver metro area. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, they have 3 different courses there, and we played one of them. Yeah, but they were very nice. It was well done. It scared me to death because this huge volcano went off, and I was standing right next to it, my back to it. It scared me to death. I thought I was gonna it hurt. It scared me so much it hurt.
Yeah, they have a big volcano. It goes off every 10 minutes. And there's a warning sign. Warning, volcano goes off every 10 minutes. But you must not have seen that, right?
Well, there's things every you seen these parks? There's things everywhere. There's signs every 5 feet. Anyway, but the golf was good.
Yeah. So we can get into the article. Also, you want to build a mini golf course in your backyard. So we're going to have to take the best elements of each one of these.
Uh-huh.
Now, this first picture is from Can Can Wonderland. It's what I stole for the thumbnail. Can Can Wonderland isn't one of the ones listed, is it?
No, it is. It's
Oh.
way down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's listed here.
It's in
In
Minnesota.
it's Minnesota. It's in Minnesota, yeah.
Um, Whimsical explosion of color. Each 18 holes designed by local architects, visual artists, and electrical engineers. That's kind of cool. Now, I will say one thing about this picture that I don't like is that this place is inside.
I noticed that too because we enjoyed the outside fresh air,
Mm-hmm.
especially in Colorado. Colorado has the freshest air, and so we're mile high. But also, I noticed that too. They're inside. I also noticed how close they were to one another. It seemed kind of like cramped.
Yeah, it must be pre-pandemic. It's like a big half a warehouse or something, and it looks cool, but I bet you they have to do indoors Can Can Wonderland to go year round because it's Minnesota and it's freezing cold in the winter.
That's very true. Yeah, because Minnesota is uh, north, but I think it's lower altitude, and it gets very, very cold up there.
Now, I mean I'm sure that some of the stuff is very cool. I don't like how cramped it looks. Don't like you said, the people are very close together. I don't like that. And I'm sure that
Yeah,
you could sort of ameliorate some of that if you had an outdoor course. See, they're all scrunched up against the wall, but there are no walls outside.
and well, yeah, they're fences. But anyway, and also this one we're looking at here looks really fun. A little Ferris wheel,
Mm-hmm.
and that Ferris wheel puts on this little pedestal, and you kick, and you hit the ball down into the hole.
Yeah. So let me see. Since we're just gonna do this, we got 9 of them. Let's Google Can Can Wonderland and get some images. I may have to. I'm wondering if I could change my Google images so that the images appear on the left-hand side. You know, so I could keep our faces up.
Yeah,
Can I just drag it? No, doesn't work that way. Um, Here's another shot. That's a cool shot.
yeah, that looks more wide open.
Yeah, there's a more high-res version of it. So what we're
Oh
seeing is
yeah.
a loop-de-loop, a big frog with a. It does look like they put a lot of effort into it.
Oh, there's like a court, a food
Yeah, a
court.
food court. Wow, that one's cool. It looks
What
like
is that thing?
it looks like a roller coaster.
Wow.
Oh, they have a bunch of
Oh,
pinball machines.
pinball machines.
You like
Oh,
pinball machines.
yeah, I played a lot of pinball in college.
All right, so we're giving a Can Can Wonderland. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It looks cool, but it loses 2 points because it looks a little too cramped in places and it's inside.
Okay, I
8
agree
out,
with that.
8 out of
Eight
10.
8 out of 10. Yeah, that's good.
Moving on. We're in Phuket. You can't pronounce it the other way or YouTube won't allow us to monetize our video. Phuket, Thailand. Dino
Poo. I think it's Phuket.
Fuck it, Thailand.
Phuket. Phuket, Thailand.
Dino Park
Anyway,
Mini Golf.
yeah, and they have a picture of it. Some of these don't have pictures, but this one does have a picture. Try your skill on a crazy golf course with added bite in Thailand. And there's a bunch of dinosaurs.
Now, one thing that I like about this is that it's outside A. The Thailand, the natural foliage looks exotic to me anyway. I'm sure if you lived in Thailand, the natural foliage of Colorado would look exotic. So there's an extra element. About the dinosaur theme, how do you feel about the dinosaur theme?
I think the dinosaur theme is perfect for little bitty kids.
Mm-hmm.
Little kids think dinosaurs are cool.
And I do think it's tough when, as an adult, if you enjoy mini golf, you do have to remind yourself this is a game for little kids. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Yes, I do.
Let's grab Dino Park Mini Golf. And let's take a
And
look at some more images.
yeah. And what Emily Frost wrote here, it's found nestled just next to Thailand's Marina Phuket Resort in Phuket. Dino Park is full-on multi-century golfing experience. And she wrote a nice little blurb about it.
This is cool. Look at this Triceratops.
Oh, yeah. Look at there.
It's gigantic.
Yeah. And she says some of them, they will move and they will growl. So some of them are animated.
They have a little food court too. Look at how exotic this looks.
Wow, a lot of smoke. A place looks like a food court, but you're sitting on boulders and there's little mist, like a fog running through the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks, yeah.
Dino Park Mini Golf. I like this one. I like the jungle vibes I get from it.
Yeah, I like the jungle vibes more than the dinosaurs, but the dinosaurs would be cool for children.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that lady's riding one.
Uh-huh. I'm sure you're not supposed to. Okay, I like the Dino Park Mini Golf. I also like that in Phuket, Thailand, they've done something new and interesting. I give it also an 8 out of 10.
Okay, I will too. 8 out of 10.
Rated, moving on.
Boom.
Caddyshack City, Christchurch, New Zealand. This one does not have a picture.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Well, we can get some pictures off of... So you can talk about what's her name? Emma Frost?
Emily Frost. What Emily Frost said here was that it was housed in an unassuming warehouse on the outskirts of the city. So again, it's indoors. Each of this course's 18 holes has a unique theme, ranging from mind-blowing detail, space station, that rewards hole-in-oneers with a moving, smoking rocket launch. Oh, that sounds exciting. To a candy factory that dispenses lollipops on every turn. See, now that's very creative.
Mm-hmm.
So a miniature golf course is for creative people. If you're a creative person and someone who's an artist that wants to express yourself, because I'm just sitting there thinking, David, before we get into it, is that you can be very creative with these things. Here's lollipop dispensaries. Here's a smoking, launching rocket ship, and so you're also playing golf. And you're playing golf will initiate these things.
Uh-huh.
And so if you're an artist and you want to create something, but you want the person looking at the art to actually engage in it, this is like having them being part of engaging in the art. And so you're bringing the viewer into your art world.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's great.
Yeah, and this one looks interesting. There's something about the institutional nature of the indoors with the big shop lights that it just doesn't do it for me,
Yeah.
Now,
Emily was pretty honest. She says, although the course could undeniably benefit from a lick of paint, it still sees steady streams of locals and visitors alike queuing up to tee off. So it's probably just pure fun. It's just a lot of fun.
Do you remember the mini golf course we went to down south by Big Bill's Pizza?
Yeah.
This kind of reminds me of that. It seems a little underwhelming,
Right. It was kind of like, okay, They kind of, well, yeah. Sometimes the creativity is kind of like they didn't think a lot about it. They had an idea, they put it together fast to get the thing going, you
Yeah.
know. But sometimes people put a lot of creativity in it, and they wanted it to be exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this one in Christchurch, New Zealand, is that way. Now I see this picture here that you're showing
Yeah.
is a bunch of people. Some people are an elderly people, older people, and then people, midlife kind of people. I don't see any children.
No.
So, oh, which is another thing too. Like the Dino Park is probably kids love it,
Yeah.
uh, but it's for all ages.
Mm-hmm.
Older people like it, little kids like it, all ages. Mini golf is really for all ages.
So I'm gonna also say, like, out of Minnesota, because we talked about Can Wonderland, we went out of
Uh-huh.
order. Then we talked about Dino Park in Phuket, Thailand, and then Caddyshack in Christchurch, New Zealand.
Hmm.
Um, I would much rather be in Thailand or New Zealand than in Minnesota.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, but Minnesota's nice, but it's just cold.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're black, you get shot by the cops there indiscriminately.
Yeah, yeah, that could happen anywhere, but it was pretty publicized there, and yeah, hopefully that kind of stuff will go away, and people will see the value and beauty in everybody.
Yeah, I think this is a good point to bring up an Onion headline if we can get to it. Um, where is it? They're horrible, but they're funny, right?
Well, they try to reveal sometimes the absurdity of some of the things going on. When people think they're right, they go, "Wait a minute, look what you just said," you know, and it really is absurd, and some of them,
I can't find it.
yeah,
It says National Guard rolled out in Minneapolis in anticipation of next week's police shooting.
yeah.
And it's sad that they can joke about that because so many people get killed there. But I think it's more sad that so many people get killed there.
Well, I think they're trying to. I think the Onion is very clever. I like so many things. I think the Onion is very clever, and I think they do a service because they bring issues to the front. It says, look, here's another way of looking at this. People look at things one way
Hmm.
instead of multiple ways. The Caddyshack Christchurch in New Zealand, from what I saw there, I wouldn't rank it an 8. I'd probably rank it a 7, maybe a
Hmm.
6.
Now, here's my thing. Now that we're talking about this, I would rank it lower too because it looks like it's in a warehouse, and it kind of looks like the courses I've played on in malls and stuff. Maybe a little bit more inventive. Now, another thing is I've wanted to go to New Zealand ever since I saw Lord of the Rings around the time that I was in college, because that's where they filmed Lord of the Rings, was in New Zealand.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if I was in Lord of the Rings land, I wouldn't really want to spend an hour and a half in a warehouse playing mini golf. I'd want to be exploring Lord of the Rings territory.
That's correct. Yeah, I think I would too.
I read an article on New Zealand has the most expensive housing prices in the world.
Wow. It
And
must be beautiful there.
someone with a house like the size of this house can make more renting it out in a month than a minimum wage worker can make in a year. Isn't that
Wow.
crazy?
Yes, that is crazy.
Okay, I think I'll put Dino Park at number one because although I want to go to New Zealand, the Dino Park looks like you're sort of in Thailand. You're having the Thailand experience with dinosaurs tacked on and like prehistoric tacked on, but it's the only one that's been outside so far, so that means something. And it's cool. It's like you're part of Thailand, but you're also playing mini golf, if that makes sense.
Oh, well, I was going. I was going 8 is higher than 7 is higher than 6.
Mm-hmm.
You're ranking it. This is a priority. 1 is higher than 2 is higher than 3,
I,
right?
I'm switching it. At the beginning, I was giving it a number out of 10.
One was a score. Now it's a rank. Now it's a rank.
Yes, so Dino Park is my number one still.
Oh, okay.
What would you rank as your number one? Caddyshack or Dino Park?
Oh, I'd have to do Dino Park is higher than oh, Caddyshack. Caddyshack.
That's
That's
Christchurch. That's the one in the warehouse in New Zealand.
yeah. No, I Dino Park would be higher than Christchurch.
All right, moving on. I think this one will be last place because I've read ahead of this article. Lexington Ice Center Course, Kentucky. You can.
Okay.
I'll find some if you want to pull up some or read what Emily had to say. I'll
Yeah,
pull up some
Emily.
images.
Yeah, Emily Frost says uh, visitors to the Lexington Ice Center in famed horse racing town Lexington, Kentucky, are in for a mini golf experience of biblical proportions, quite literally. The public leisure complex is home to three 18-hole courses inspired by scenes from the Bible, with a course each covering the Old Testament, New Testament, and the miracles of Jesus. Pious players can expect to navigate such religious uh, iconography, whatever that word is, iconography, as the Tree of Knowledge, Jonah and the Whale, Jacob's Ladder, and Noah's Ark. There's sure to be a special place in heaven reserved for those who manage to finish under par. So long as they keep their language righteous, should a ball frustratingly go astray. She's a very good writer. Good job, Emily.
Okay, here's Jonah and the Whale. I think. Here's the
Okay.
Ten Commandments.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. What is this? This is the
What is that?
Panther of God. The Panther of God. Is that a thing?
No, I never heard of that. I read the Bible a couple of times. I never heard of
I feel like this is too creepy for me.
that. Okay.
I say separation of church and mini golf. That's my. There needs to be a separation of church. Here's Noah's Ark.
There's Noah's Ark. There's animals there, little stuffed animals.
This place looks rinky dink.
Well, that's the ice rink, but I think there's also where's the mini golf course?
I'm showing you images of it.
On the left, it looks like just an ice rink. On the right is the mini golf.
Uh huh.
What is that? That's a whale.
That's
It looks like
Jonah
a
and the
box.
Whale.
It's just
See,
a box.
look at this. This looks disgusting.
You know what else I noticed from your pictures, David?
What?
There's nobody there.
No one's there. You know why?
There's nobody there.
I think this might
Oh,
be.
is that an aerial view? Is that a?
This is holy moly, 10 of the world's most sensational mini golf courses. I think this might be a different course.
Okay, that looks pretty.
That one looks cool.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
This one's in last place. Course one, Old Testament. I'd say keep God out of mini golf.
Yeah.
I would definitely rank this last.
Well, God should be in mini golf, but not on the course.
Mm-hmm. You pray to God if you're about to lose that you'll get a hole in one.
Yeah, you're there when you're the way here in Colorado. When you're playing mini golf, you're outside, and you're outside with the birds, with the trees, with the blue sky, with the fresh air, with the mountains in the background. To me, there's God.
Mm-hmm.
God's right there with you. God is not a golf course.
Yeah, God is not a golf course. I will say, however, at least this is outside.
It looks outside, and the others don't. Yeah.
I mean, the Phuket one looked like it was outside, but there's something to me a little bit unsettling if you take a look at this picture that I have up on the screen. There's Noah's Ark. It's very institutional looking with these bricks, these blue bricks. And then there's a neighborhood across the street. But there's this fence with barbed wire.
That's true.
I don't feel like that's very Christian.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the Noah's Ark here, but then the brick walls going up to the ark, they're painted blue. I assume that's supposed to be water.
Yeah.
So you have to have a real imagination to see what in the world they're trying to do here. So I guess maybe.
Hmm.
Well, I would rank it below the lowest right now.
Yeah, this is going to be the worst one, I guarantee you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what's
But
this?
but David, we're ranking it because of what it looks like. And I bet if people go there and play golf, maybe they'll enjoy it,
That's true.
especially if they're very religious people. They feel at home with that, so maybe they will enjoy it.
Yes.
So which one's next? This next one looks really strange.
Yes. I mean, if I was at the Lexington Ice Center course, every time I missed a putt, I'd say, "God damn it," and wait for the management to come out and be like, "Excuse me, sir, could you temper your language? This is a Christian course." I'm like, "Oh, it's a Christian course? Then maybe you should forgive me." That's what I would say. Bubble Jungle Golf of the Dark in Leederdorp, the Netherlands.
That's a weird picture of this uh, walrus sitting at a desk in this psychedelic room with pictures of his family on the wall, and looks like he's angry with his evil eyes looking at you. I don't even see where the hole is.
No, I don't see any. I'll pull up some images of it while you read Emily's synopsis.
Okay, Emily, what did you say about this? I wonder if Emily, did you go to these places?
That would be so sick. Like if um, your job was, okay, we need you to write an article. Here's a ticket to Thailand. Here's a ticket to the Netherlands. Here's a ticket to Lexington, Kentucky. Here's a ticket to New Zealand. Like, go and play a round of golf on these courses so you can put it into your.
Emily Frost, did the Lonely Planet send you to all these places to write these articles? And by the way, it's an article, it's great, but she just has a little, 5 lines on each one of these. I said, oh my goodness, Emily, this is, but the little 5 lines are pretty good. They're pretty darn good. So the Bubble Jungle Golf Course in the Dark. That's why they had that psychedelic. What's it called?
Black light.
Yeah, the black light. So what's the light? The material that glows in the dark. Anyway,
Luminescent.
luminescent. No, and the rocks. Okay, glow in the dark. Check. Murder mystery. Check. This is what Emily wrote. Glow in the dark. Check. Murder mystery. Check. Trippy, freakish creatures positioned at every turn. You bet. Bubble Jungle's golf course, mini golf course, has crammed a good number of gimmicks into this 18 holes, but somehow it seems to work. As players enter, they are given their mission to save famous kidnapped singer Diva Laguna from certain death by playing one hell of a round of mini golf. Hell of a round, that wouldn't go in Lexington. Each hole contains a clue that is only revealed after its final putt, allowing the mystery of Diva's disappearance to be slowly unraveled, while a grumpy walrus in a 3-piece suit looks on. What's not to love? That sounds so much fun, David.
It does sound fun. Let's take a look at some. Oops. Let's take a look at some photos. It looks awesome. This place looks really awesome. And of course, one of my gripes is that it's indoors, but you can't really have a putt in the dark outdoors.
Not in the daytime. Even at night. At night here, it gets pretty bright here with full moon.
Yeah, this looks sweet.
Look at that.
I would golf here. And here's the walrus, the famous walrus.
Wow.
And then this looks like the golf course in the light. There's just so much crap going on. This is not it. This is Can Land. So no, that's all the pictures we got of it. I'm surprised there's not more.
Yeah, but what those pictures are pretty darn cool.
Yeah, I like it. One thing I don't like though is it's inside.
Yeah, but the mystery with it, I think, makes up for it.
Mm-hmm.
And also because it's inside, there's a reason to be inside with the luminescence,
Yes,
glow
and
in the dark.
so it's not like the Christchurch one where it's like this is clearly just a extremely harshly lit warehouse that we built some holes into. This one's like we're going to take the inside and make use of the inside.
Yeah, and they did, and it looks like fluorescent. That's what I was thinking of, fluorescent. That's the word I was trying to get at. Uh, the fluorescent paint that they use or whatever they're using, it's everything adds to it. Sounds like they really thought about making an experience.
Mm-hmm.
And the putt putt golf is kind of like it links everything together with the fluorescent wall, the story, the different uh, animated things that they have going on. It's pretty cool. I would rank this the top. I
I
would
would
have to rank this
I
the
would
top.
still have Thailand ahead of it just because I want to go. I've been into the Netherlands. I want to go to Thailand someday.
Okay. Well, this sounds fun. This sounds fun. So I'd
This
rank this above.
this
I
next
rank
one
this
is
above
going
the
to
top.
be my favorite. I because I read this already.
Oh, okay.
Championship Adventure Golf in Merseyside, UK. Um, this place just looks awesome. This is my type of place. Do you want to read it and I'll pull up some images of it?
Okay, Emily, what did you write about this? Oh, for many golfers who take the sport as seriously as its full-size counterpart, Championship Adventure Golf in Merseyside kicks things up a notch with its two 18-hole courses. The landmark course features holes inspired by attractions and landmarks from the local area, whilst the championship course offers golf fantasies the chance to live out their wildest dreams in miniature. Each of its 18 holes are replicas of famous ones around the world, belonging to courses from the USA's Pebble Beach to Portugal's Val de Lobo. As such, this is probably the only chance you'll ever have to score an unprecedented hole-in-one on the 18th at St. Andrews.
I
Well,
love
well written, Emily.
I love this one.
This looks really cool. I gotta rank this number one too, David. I think I see what you're saying.
All right, this
Wow.
this is my extolling the virtues of this one. A, it's outside. B, they take famous golf courses from around the world, famous holes, and that becomes the holes in this mini golf course.
Yes.
And that's where it ends. But those two ideas are both really good.
And the pictures look beautiful. And UK is would have really nice green grass. It looks like it's real grass. Is that real
It
grass?
does look like it's real grass. I don't know. But yes, I see what you're saying. It does look like it's like actual putting green grade.
No, that
Maybe.
doesn't look real.
No, it doesn't. This one looks
But
real.
but it could be like look at that. That looks that looks like part of it's real, part of it's not. You know, probably the putt part of it is I don't know. It's just cool looking, very cool looking, and you get it's educational to know exactly what those golf courses are. You may have seen them on TV, but now you can actually play them in miniature, and that's pretty darn cool.
And I like so like this image right here. We're looking at there's a fairway, there's a rough, but it's not sort of cordoned off. And then the sand traps are like raised blocks of cement that are covered with. It's just a fascinating take on mini
Oh
golf.
yeah, yeah. Because if in miniature golf, if it goes in a sand trap, how do you get it out? You don't.
Mm-hmm.
All you have is a putter, and so you got to go around the sand trap.
Uh huh.
It's very clever. It's well thought out.
I like this one. I think that when we build the miniature golf course in your backyard, this should be an
Yes.
inspiration.
Yeah. Yep. By the way, I want a miniature golf course on my. I've always wanted one.
How many holes do you think you could fit in your backyard? Six, nine? Do you think you could do a full nine?
No, no, well, depends on how small they were. My backyard's not that big. But the thing of it is, even if there was just one, I'd go back there and just do it again and again and again,
Yeah,
just to calm down.
I think
Just to,
you could easily fit three holes in your
I think
backyard.
so too. I think so too.
I think
And
you could probably
three's
cram
a
in like six if you wanted to, if you were so inclined.
well, 3, 6, 9, or 3, 9. That's a multiple of 18.
Hmm.
Just keep doing it over and over again until you get 18. Yeah, but yeah, you could. Oh, well, we could do one in the front yard, one on the side here, two in the back, totally around. Well, my neighbor, uh, Eddie, Ed and Paula,
Hmm.
I think they had a train in their backyard, a
Hmm.
train set, and so he's a train enthusiast, that's kind of cool. So he loves trains. So fine, why don't we have a miniature golf course in our backyard? You only live once, you got to go for it. Okay, you
Wow.
ready for the next one?
Yeah, this was
Oh, go ahead.
depressing. Al Grimm funeral services course.
Okay,
It's
Emily.
a mini golf course located in the basement of a funeral parlor.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Shall we read what Emily says about this?
sure.
Okay, Emily Frost, what'd you say about this? The idea of a mini golf course situated underneath a funeral home may seem a little macabre, but the story behind it is far less so. Okay. Back in 1964, Algrim Funeral Services director moved his business to new premises in Palatine, Illinois, and finding that he was now blessed with a roomy basement, elected to devote it to one of his true passions, mini golf. With 9 holes themed, somewhat ironically, around a haunted house, the course has been providing comfort to Algrim's clients and delighting members of the public for decades since its construction. Interesting.
Yes. I kind of like it now. It's creepy, but I kind of like it.
So the reason why he did it was his passion, but also if it's true that it provides comfort to his clients, then I'm fine with that.
Yes, and I will say
It's a clever idea.
it's not even half as creepy as the Lexington, Kentucky Bible course. So,
Yeah, but its purpose is to comfort the people that need comforting, and it's to give enjoyment to people who need enjoyment.
well, I mean, not even enjoyment, just a distraction. Like if you're
Yeah,
there for funeral services and it's like, well, we have to wait an hour. Like, well, why don't we go play a round of mini golf? And it's something to do. Just having something to do instead of
yeah,
focusing on your grief. I think it's actually kind of brilliant.
it is. I think it is kind of brilliant. And looking at the course, the picture that we have here, it looks like the courses are not complex. They're kind of simple, which is a good. And you can probably quit anytime you want and then go upstairs. It doesn't, you don't, it's not about scoring. It's about doing.
Hmm.
And I don't know. This isn't at the lowest.
No, not at all. The Bible one's at the lowest. I would maybe even put this above Christchurch, because Christchurch, they had creative holes, but it's in this big warehouse. I mean, this is more interesting than a big warehouse, right?
Yeah, when I first heard funeral service, oh, this is crazy, wacko. But the reason behind it, I don't know. I think you're using mini golf for a good purpose here,
Yeah.
which which reveals the the broad value of mini golf. It's
Hmm.
much more than just a sport, and it also reveals to me the value and the beauty of being active, having a sport, focusing on what you're doing and the people you're with, and not so much winning. It's just enjoying what you're doing. And it seems like that's kind of what he did. He had a passion for it, but then just that simple word that Emily said, the course has the course has been providing comfort to Algrim's clients.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's a world of difference, which brings mini golf to a different dimension, different level.
So yeah, I like this one. I wanted to hate it, but after looking at the picture, it looks so scrappy, and then understanding the meaning behind it. Also, I feel like just from looking at the picture, this basement has not been remodeled since they moved in 1964, and I like that as well. I mean, since they built the course, it seems like.
Yeah.
And I respect that.
Now,
Okay.
Dave, let me ask you about that picture.
Uh-huh.
On the back wall, are those pinball machines?
That's a pinball machine on the far right. The rest look like classic arcade game consoles. So I see Galaga. I can't identify any of the others, but they look like old, like Atari era consoles.
He bought those things, so you have and look, the one golf course, I mean the one hole right here on the miniature golf looks like there is a pinball machine right there. And so it really is just someplace a little, it doesn't look very big,
No.
a small place just to have fun and not worry about your score. And then, like the one in the UK about the professional golf course, it's all about, oh, I played this golf, I played that golf course. No, this is just doing something to, for comfort, for relaxation, and just having fun.
Uh-huh. Also, probably keeping children occupied while the parents have to deal with some serious stuff.
That's right. That's right. It's brilliant. You're right. Okay.
Okay, we've done this one. Can Wonderland.
In Can Wonderland, and it looks really cool.
It does look cool. So we got two left, and then we'll probably wrap it up, have a shorter episode today, if that sounds fine with you.
That's fine with me.
Lauberhorn Crazy Golf in Wengen, Switzerland. Oh, this is cool. I'll let you read it, and I'll pull up some images of it.
Okay. Emily Frost, what did you say? Telling stories from the world-renowned Lauberhorn downhill ski races. This 18-hole course, nestled among the sweeping mountainous scenery of the Bernese Alps in the picturesque Swiss village of Wengen, can be as devilishly challenging as the event that inspired it. The high-altitude Lauberhorn Crazy Golf Course features such alpine treats as jingling cowbells, slalom gates, and an explosive snow cannon, making it the perfect homage to the arena's famed ski heritage, as well as being somewhat of a gauntlet thrown down to all seasoned mini golfers. Well said, Emily.
Well, look at this. It looks interesting. That's not artificial grass. They make it look like a ski run.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's white. It's not green. Yeah, it's like snow or ice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Wow. Yeah, there's no picture. There's no picture on this article. Wow, yeah.
I think it's cool. I like it.
I like it too. I like it too. Really good idea.
A little different.
Yeah, in the middle of the Alps in Switzerland, in the Bernese Alps, if I pronounced that right.
But sorry about that. Not quite as interesting as the funeral home one.
This is, to me, educational. I didn't realize the breadth of a simple game of mini golf, what people have done with it.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's nice. This is probably very, very nice location, very nice event to go to, and people probably love it because it's themed to Switzerland, of like a downhill ski race.
Yeah.
Downhill alpine skiing.
So
would you?
I think one thing that would be fun is to go to Europe and play Bubble Jungle Golf in the Dark, Championship Adventure Golf, and Lauberhorn Crazy Golf. Don't you think? On a trip, a mini golf tour of Europe.
That'd be so fun, David. I got a question though.
Uh-huh.
Emily Frost, did you do this?
I guarantee you she didn't. I mean, I am thinking this is a single article on Lonely Planet. I think she Googled around. She got a rough idea, and then she wrote this listicle. Because it's just like a listicle, you know? It's not really an article.
Right, it is. And I would shout out to Lonely Planet writer, why don't you just give Emily Frost tickets to all these places so she can go there and visit them,
Yeah.
and then write her articles. Anyway, yeah, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. I wouldn't rank it low or highest or lowest. I'd still have my highest and lowest, but no, this is in the middle.
Last one, Wizard Golf in Edinburgh, UK. I love the city of Edinburgh.
Yeah.
It is a great place. Everyone's super friendly. It was one of the best
You
places I've ever traveled.
Yep. You visited there and you really liked it. You came back with really good stories.
So, if you want to read this, I'll pull up some images.
Okay, what did Emily Frost say about this? In the city that saw the conception of everyone's favorite boy wizard, this newly developed course from Scrape Heap Golf pays him more than a slight sorting hat tip. Comprising 9 holes that only narrowly avoid several copyright infringements, Wizard Golf in Edinburgh allows magical mini golfers to hop aboard the Scrape Heap Express, putt their way through the Troll Cave, and even swing down a butter brew or two as they go. Peppered with enchanted creatures and mystical decor, this mini golf experience is a must for any budding witch or wizard. I think what she's talking about is Harry Potter.
Yeah, obviously.
Well, some people may not catch I kind of Edinburgh. How do you pronounce that, David?
Edinburgh?
Edinburgh?
Yeah.
Edinburgh is Burra.
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. I want to go there and learn how to speak. I want to know how to speak.
How to speak
Scottish.
English? They speak English there.
How to speak English. I want to go to Scotland. I want to go to Ireland. I want to go to Wales. I want to go I want to go to those places and learn how to speak their language. I think that's cool.
I saw a thing on Reddit, and in Wales there's a requirement that all street signs must be printed in English and Welsh. And I don't know if you've ever seen Welsh, but let me see. Let me see if I can pull it up. Actually, I'll try to pull it up.
I think I've heard someone speak Welsh, and it doesn't sound anything like English. It's hard. Well, it's hard to understand.
My internet's being awfully slow today. Is
That
yours?
would be cool. I know. Down in Oklahoma, some of the things are printed in English and then Cherokee. And there's schools that are taught in Cherokee,
Here
which
it is.
I think. There we go. Did you find it?
I did. Oh wait,
So-
no, that's not it.
Well, it makes sense in Wales.
So anyway, it's a sign. So all signs are supposed to be in English and Welsh, and it's
Yep.
like up ahead there's a turn, slow down to 45 miles an hour, and then the Welsh is a bunch of gobbledygook. I'll show you what a Welsh sign looks like. This one's upside down, so they're trying to make a joke like this is an English and Welsh sign, but my internet's being awfully slow. But come on. Town center, Yinshibul, Canol, Yudreft, Yinshibul. You see what I'm saying? It's upside down, but all
Yeah.
other traffic. Pob Serbid. So the sign that the guy made said, sharp turn ahead, slow down to 45 miles an hour. And then he sent it to his Welsh translator. And the Welsh translator sent back the reply, and he printed the sign. And so one side said, Sharp turn ahead, slow down to 45 miles an hour, and below it in Welsh it said, "I am out of the office until Monday. Please contact someone else."
And he printed
And
it.
it was on the roadside in Wales. And it's like they actually put that sign up because the guy that was the sign maker didn't speak Welsh.
And he thought that's what I'm. Oh man.
It's
Oops.
all yeah. So
Or
that was
maybe. Well.
what are we talking about again? Oh yeah, mini golf. This wizard golf, I think the Harry Potter theme, it's fine, whatever. It's not that inspired to me, and there's only 9 holes, and it's inside.
Well, I think in Edinburgh that would be fun to go to. The locals there would love it. When you visit Edinburgh, it's just such a nice place anyway. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
I think it's a nice destination for fun for locals and also for tourists.
Yes. Now, as we close this up, because that's the whole article, I like the British one and I like the funeral home one. Those are my two favorites.
Well, I agree with you. Me too. Would you say they shared number one in our ranking?
Yeah, well, the British one is the most elite. That it looks like to me, it's the most elite. Also, it's sort of more adult. So the ones like this one, the Netherlands one with all the fluorescent paint, that's for children, I think. Like the bright colors and um, the Bible one, that's for wackos.
Oh no, that's just a theme for people. That's a very, very, yeah. No, I would say
That's for
whack.
children too. It's for to teach children the Bible. And then the
Well, it's
dinosaur,
for people who like the Bible. It's
the
for people
dinosaur
who
one
just
is for children.
that's more for children.
This just looks depressing. It's like this ramshackle Noah's Ark next to a barbed wire fence. It's like, ugh. Something rubs me the wrong way about it. But the British one, it looks like a sweet golf course, and that's cool. But the funeral home one, the reason it exists is, like
Yeah,
you said, to provide comfort to people. You at first you're like, that's weird, that's creepy, that's weird. But imagine if are you lose a loved one and you don't know what to do with yourself, and you're sort of pacing around in the funeral home, and they say, well, if you go in the basement, you could play around a mini golf. And it's the only thing that takes your mind off of your grief for the 20, 30 minutes that you're doing it. That's probably more valuable than anything you could put into a golf course.
it is. It is. And there will be times in your grieving when you won't want to do that at all. But there are other times when you do it, it'd be priceless
Mm-hmm.
because your grieving is not just one state of mind or one state of emotion. It's a spectrum, and there'll be times when this could be be magnificent in your grieving process. It could be a great contribution, and I think it was a really good idea. And I probably came about not for him really thinking that it was just a passion of his, but then after he started doing it, and that's why he put the games in there and the pinball machine.
Yeah.
He began realizing that this will help children, and if it helps your children, not I'm not little children, but young people or teenagers, if it helps them, that will help the older people too.
I think it also probably has helped old people through the years.
It help old people too. Yeah,
Full
yeah.
on
That,
adults that don't know how to deal with their grief. They go down there, they play around in mini golf, and they might feel better, or they might just forget about their grief for a minute. And I think there's a beauty in that.
and I think that just reveals the creativity and also the sensitivity of mini golf connection with humans. That's what people. Oh, I like mini golf. Why? I don't know. I just like it. But I think this just reveals the multiple dimensions that is something simple like mini golf can have to humans.
Hmm.
Uh, that we're very creative. We can latch onto a lot of different things.
It's just also games in and of themselves. A game like mini golf is so simple. I think of our mini golf course. I think of it as our mini golf course, the one in Salida.
Yes.
That's because
Sh-
we vacation in Salida. There's a mini golf course right off of Highway 50 there, and it's not as epic as these.
No.
But I imagine that some of the days that we've spent there on vacation, from the last 10 years, playing mini golf, there's no place in the world we could go that would have been more fun than that place at that time. And that's
Absolutely.
that's sort of the beauty of mini golf. You don't need giant animatronics. You don't need glow in the dark. You just need to be with the people that you love, spending a little bit of quality time doing just this simple little game. And that's all that's important about mini golf at the end of the day.
That's right. That's right. And that mini golf course in Salida, we would go there, and it would be a destination for us to go to.
Hmm.
And if we matched it up with these others here that we were looking at, it probably wouldn't. Oh yeah, when you look at it, it wasn't that much. But as you say, when we were there, it was a destination, and we enjoyed it every single time.
We probably enjoyed it more than we would being shoulder to shoulder with all these strangers.
Yes,
You know? So sometimes the flashiest thing isn't necessarily the best.
I think you said it right, David. The beauty of mini golf is who you're with
Hmm.
and why you're doing it.
Well, I think that's probably a good place to stop. We made it a whole hour talking about mini golf courses.
It was fun.
It
It
was.
was it was very fun. It was cool, and it makes me want to go to some of these places just to experience it. But I just want a golf course in my backyard,
Uh-huh.
a
Now,
mini golf course.
I will also say I was surprised to find that the one that I thought was the best was the one in the basement of a funeral home. But you start to think about it, and you're like, well, that's awesome. Now I'm sure that
That's right.
all of these places have engendered fond memories in the minds of the people that have played there.
Absolutely. And every one of these would be number one for the people who live there and who go there.
Yeah.
And so one way you can look at golf courses as from a distance on what they look like and how weird they are and how cool they are, how unusual they are. But another way to look at them is if you're living there, how much benefit have you gotten from playing mini golf at that course, as you said, David, with the people you love?
Mm-hmm.
So there's different ways of looking at it.
Well, I think we can end it there. I'll pull up the final slide.
Yes,
Shout out to Mini Golf. Shout out to, what was the name of that website? The Lonely Planet. And your girl, Emily Frost.
Emily Frost.
And yeah, if there's anything you'd like to say, speak now or forever hold your peace.
The Sons of Sequoia says, keep on talking, but listen more than you talk and try to understand what the other person is saying. Bye.
Bye.